Today we go over my top ranking for the figures I purchased in 2024. The list includes own Transformer figures from third-party companies, KO companies, and the official ones. Because there's a lot of figures in 2024, let's go over some honorable mention first. The first one in the list is the Byway Scourge, which is essentially a KO version of the 30th Series 101 Scourge with improvements in terms of molded details and accessories. This specific Scourge shown here also got integrated with some parts from the MC001 upgrade kit, which give us better arm articulation, better weapons, and gap fillers for the chest. This Scourge scale exactly the same as the original 30 Series 101 Scourge, but it looks way better in all of the detail, especially for the face. The face sculpt and the neck region is now extremely movie accurate in comparison to that of the original 30 Series one. The next honorable mention is the 30 Series 103 Rhinox, which is arguably the best 30 Series Massimo, even better than 30 Series Optimus Primal and Apeling. Rhinox is extremely movie accurate in both his beast mode and his robot mode. The only downside of these figures was definitely his paint job with mostly only dark gray plastic.
I hate cheap knockoffs.
Next is the KO oversized version of the Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Strap figures. Strap is one of the Asian warriors that we saw in the Age of Extinction movie, which definitely need a 30 series treatment like the 30 series 07 Grimlock. Although this figure is really far from being perfect for the fact that the articulation was even worse than that of the original Deluxe Class. This figure is still the best representation of Strap on the market simply for the fact that he's big enough to actually scale relatively well with most of the 30 series figures. Next is the CE05 Cyber Era Rift, which is the KO underside version of the Metagate Triple Changer Haiku Rift. Thanks to being undersized, these figures now scale perfectly with most of the MPM figures.
Oh, Donkey Kong! Stay away from my friends! Oh, Mirage! Don't worry, you boys got this. Stranger danger! Stranger danger!
And top number 5 of this year's belongs to the repaint version of the CY01 Mirage, which is essentially a 1-to-1 scale KO version of the original 30 Series 105 Mirage with some paint improvement. Although this mold of 30 Series Mirage is very far from being perfect due to the fact that he looks so chunky in comparison to the skinny CGI design. With some added paint job from this KO version, the figures look gorgeous even in this mold. He's definitely fit in a lot better with most of the 30 series figures as well as the mini figures of Noah Diaz that come with the Byway and the MXC Rhinoceros Optimus Prime.
Stand down! I won't ask a second time.
And top 4 of this year's belong to the Jinky Captain Gorilla, which is the KO oversized version of the 30 Series 106 Optimus Primal. These figures fix one of the most major problems with the 30 Series Optimus Primal, that is the small scale of the figures. Although the scale for the original 30 Series robot mode was really good, his beast mode was too small, especially when he stands on all 4. And this figure fixed that exact problem for that he's big enough when standing on all 4 in comparison to most of the 30 series figures. Here we can see how nicely this Optimus Primal scale with most of the 30 series figures and the KO version. He's now finally big enough to throw hand with the Decepticon and the Pterocons in his beast mode. And with the recent release of the 30 series Apeling, it's very likely that the same company will make a KO oversized version of Apeling in the future. But yes, being very similar to the original 30 series 106 Optimus Primal, this KO oversized version also carried the wrong head for 30 series Primal.
And down!
Gorilla. I will not ask a second time.
Ranking at number 3 of this list is another Byway Optimus Prime. This is the Byway TW1022EX Radiant version Optimus Prime, which is essentially a KO version of the 30 series 32 or 30 series 44 mode. These figures now come in a premium paint job with most of the silver colors covering most of the ray plastic colors on the original figures. And yes, it carries all of the advantage of the original 30 series figures for the fact that it can exchange parts to cover all of the Transformer 1, 2 and 3 Optimus Prime design. And it can still combine with the original 30 series Jetfires or the KO Byway version of the Jetfire figures and the KO or the official of the Dark of the Moon trailers. And yes, the runner-up on this list is another Byway Optimus Prime. This is the Byway TW1030 Optimus Prime from the Rise of Beast movie. This is essentially a 1-to-1 scale KO version of the original 30 Series 102 Rise of Beast Optimus Prime. But this time the figures come with a new and improved paint job along with the improved molded details. Not only that, but the figures come with a slew of accessories including all of the missing weapons that the original 30 Series 102 Optimus Prime didn't come with. The tiny gun from the original 30 Series 102 Optimus Prime got removed and replaced by two big movie accurate guns. And being at the original scale, these figures scale way better with the 30 series figures and the KO version, especially in comparison to the MXC Optimus Prime, which was the KO oversized version. And in addition to the main figures, the figures also come with a special No Ideas mini figures, which not only look better, but scale way better than the core class 30 series version.
For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
And yes, taking the top one, being the champion of this list, is a non-transformable figure. It is the MC003F Muscle Bear figures, which is the KO version of the threezero DLX Optimus Prime, but now with alternative part to represent the Dark of the Moon design. As ironic as it sounds, but this figure's appearance has no comparison. Before we can wait for the unique toy version and the magnificent mecha version or the TMT version of Optimus Prime figures to come out, admittedly, even the Black Apple Optimus Prime, which is still the best transformable Optimus Prime right now on the market, still suffer too greatly with the inaccurate proportion. But not only that, as an action figures, most of the transformable Optimus figures still carry a lot of movable parts, and some of them are very delicate, which just limit the articulation so much. And to alleviate those problems, these figures offer a very solid build. The figures have a very accurate proportion of Optimus Prime from the movie, as it has so much die-cast metal, including most of the joints on the figures. And of course, the figures also come with a tons of accessories that match with his design. Besides the two original Transformer 1 and 2 blaster, the figures can hold all of the other weapons very tightly via the tap and hold features. Unlike the original threezero figures, these figures come with articulated fingers for all of the 5 fingers on X hand. And to solidify the position of these figures on the top number 1, I have an upgraded head put on these figures to make it look even more movie accurate. This is a 3D printed head from a store named Stream. Only after having this head in hand, I finally realized how much molded detail was originally lacking from that threezero head. The head was so good that it finally completed the look of these figures, just like how Optimus Prime stepped out of the stream directly from the movie.